everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you a realistic Cruella design for the new movie that is coming out. And I mentioned to you guys that I was going to be making this design about a month ago because I was so excited I couldn't even contain myself. And here it is. I hope it does not disappoint anybody because I am absolutely in love with it. I did a portrait of Emma Stone as Cruella, and I mentioned this throughout the video, but I love the makeup artistry in this. They left her wrinkles, they just made it look so, I think, so perfect, and there's some asymmetry throughout her makeup, which I think I touched on a little bit in the video too, which is just something that I noticed and love. So I hope you guys love this design as much as I do. The whole thing is just... And if you are a Cruella fan, there will be another Cruella video coming up in a couple days, so come back for that one. Plus, I have a whole bunch of them that I've done in the past, and links will all be in the description box below. So look at those, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
So I'm going to begin with painting my index nail kind of a bluey tone gray. I don't want it to be like the more gray tone grays. I want this to really be a cold gray. So that's actually the index, middle, and pinky nails. And then I'm going to just sort of start sketching in the shapes of her face and her neck and her torso and her shoulders and whatever shows. So this is all going to kind of depend on the length of nail and how big you're painting it, what all's going to fit. So just start kind of working in those very beginning shapes. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can always go ahead later and clean things up if some of your lines aren't quite perfect, but just with a very cool tone, fleshy color. Start with that. And then with a warm gray, which is going to be a brown tone gray, we're going to start finding some of the shading on her face. So when you have a photo and you're trying to replicate something like this and you want to start building in these shadows, look at it and do a color that's close to your brightest color. So you don't want to go straight from like a white creamy color to black. You want to just build. So do the first layer and just sort of build it up slowly and look at your photo and basically fill in everything that isn't the brightest areas is pretty much my theory. So I look at where my brightest spots are and then I try to fill in everything else. So for this particular design and where the lighting is hitting her face, your brightest areas are everything on the one side of her face and then everything in the shadows of the other side of her face. So you can kind of slowly find them. And the great thing with working with gel is that if it's not right, you can easily just add layer upon layer upon layer, and it isn't going to add much thickness. This gel painting, when you're doing this with gel polish and you're brushing on the color with a little brush and slowly filling in and building up the color, doesn't add hardly any thickness. And then as soon as you have that first layer done, cure it, and then you're going to go back through with either a shade darker or, depending on the texture of your gel polish, possibly even the same color, and add another depth of shadow. And keep finding more and more details. The biggest thing that you can do when you're doing something like this is keep asking yourself questions. And I know that sounds weird, but when you're asking yourself questions, things could be the type of question like, where is her face the darkest? And then answer your question. Look at the picture and answer your own question. You can also ask questions like, at what point does the color change on her nose? Is it right down the middle? Is it 2/3 of the way across her nose? Where does this happen? Does her hair on the black side, is the part directly down the center of her face? Does her hair come to a little widow's peak? Look at all of these things and try to find as much detail as you can to replicate it. Because if you don't ask yourself the questions to see the detail, you can't replicate the detail. So the more inquisitive you are about what you're looking at, and the more you're looking at everything that you're trying to paint with a curiosity that rivals a 2-year-old's, which I'm very familiar with a 2-year-old's curiosity, although she's just about 3, you guys. In like 5 days, she's going to be 3. But anywho, the more you are questioning everything about your work, the better it's going to be. And that can go even if you're sculpting something, even if you're just applying a single color of gel polish, go ahead and ask yourself, is this as close to the cuticle as I can get it? And then if the answer is no, it could be better, fix it. That's just kind of the way it goes. And like with this, one thing that I was actually really impressed with the makeup, the makeup that they did on Emma Stone was just stunning, especially in this particular scene in this still that I saw. But a lot of times in movies, they try to make an actress look completely smooth skinned and they don't let any little wrinkles and natural imperfections show. And they did not do this on her, which I just thought was refreshing. But on her forehead, she has a couple little forehead lines that show. So we want to add those in. It's things like that you need to just make sure that you're not forgetting. So I hope that every time you watch a video like this from me and you see me painting a certain thing, you're not learning how to paint that thing, you're more learning how to paint. That's kind of my goal with every single video that I put out there, is that you're taking techniques away from it and ideas away from it, and everything that you would really need to know to create designs of your own. That's really my goal with this. So I hope I accomplished that, at least for somebody. But on our little Cruella, one thing I do want to mention for her hair is that on the one side, just go straight to black. This is a very dark design, and everything about it is super dark. The look on her face, and the lighting. So the one side, just go straight to black. But on the other side of her hair, don't go straight to white. Start with a light gray, and then you can build in some of that highlight later and give her hair some more texture. But on the other side, just hop right to black, because you can't even see any of that curl texture on that side of her hair with just the way that the lighting is. And then I'm going to start doing her eyes, and I'm using a mix of gel paint and gel polish for this entire design. For the most part, I'm using gel paint just for her eye details, just because I want those to be a little bit more crisp. But everything in the background of her face, like her skin and her dress and her hair and pretty much everything else besides the eyes, I would use a gel polish for, because you don't get those sharp lines. And when you're trying to just build soft highlights and shadows and these shapes in, you don't really want those sharp lines, and it's easier actually to get with a highly pigmented gel polish versus a gel paint. And all the gel polishes I'm using are from Madam Glam, and I'll put links to all of them and the color names and discount code and all that great stuff in the description box below. And I mention that only because I find that the feeling of their gel polishes is really nice for painting and for creating these types of designs, versus say there's some other ones that tend to self-level a little bit more. And when you are trying to paint in a detail and then the gel polish self-levels, it erases your detail. And that's very frustrating, because you can paint it there, it just won't stay. So I like theirs in particular for this type of a design. I'm going to go through and with just some white gel polish, and I'm actually using the color Purity from Madam Glam, which is kind of a foggy white or a milky white. Add some more really bright, intense highlights on her face, and just kind of build in and go back and forth. I like to do kind of bright, dark when I'm adding shadows and highlights, and do every other, at least to an extent, to try to build in some of those. And you'll slowly find your design come to life and look three-dimensional, even though it really is just flat. And another thing to mention when you're painting these kind of designs is if you see a little bit of some brush strokes in the gel at this particular stage, as long as it isn't too overwhelming, if it's just subtle brush strokes, as soon as you apply a layer of top coat, they will all fade away and they'll all just melt into smooth perfection. So you don't have to worry about them too much. Once you have a good base over her face, then you can go through and start doing a little bit more detail on her hair. I like to do the face first and just really get that kind of cemented before moving on to other sections. So I'm going to do just a little bit on her hair. I'm going to add a shadow around the design. So I'm going to apply a darker gray, and then with a sponge, just sort of fade it out from around her shoulders and her hair on each side. So that's going to be on the index and the ring nails. And just make it so that that kind of pops out, and that'll make her look like she's away from the background of the nails a little bit more, which just adds so much more dimension. And it's such a quick, easy step to do. And if you're using a little sponge, it takes almost zero effort to do that too. Add a little bit more darkness around her eyes. And this time I do want that to fade out and look very smoky. At this particular image, obviously I haven't seen the movie yet, but I would think that she looks like she's been crying a lot. And so you want this to have kind of that I've been crying for the last 6 hours and my mascara is running down my face kind of a look. And we're going to be doing some more details in her eyes. Don't make her eyes bright white. Eyes always are depicted as bright white in a lot of different art things, and they really aren't. They're usually either kind of like a yellow tone creamy color or a gray tone. And so you don't want her eyes here to be like a true bright white necessarily either. So go in with them and with a gray. And then after that, you can do some more details in her eyes, like the iris color. I'm going to actually do a little bit of red in her eyes, not a lot, but just a very subtle amount in the iris, just to give them this extra kind of demonic look that we're going for. There is just that hint of red. It's very subtle. The hint of red is almost impossible to see, but it does just add this extra layer to it. With bright white in her eyes, the one thing that you can and should do is add a highlight so that her eyes look very glossy. Again, she's probably been crying for the last however amount of time, and that gives your eyes that nice kind of glossy, glazed over look. Add some more shading around her eyes. They're sunken in, so there's not going to be much light hitting them on, say, the brow bone or anything else. Make sure that all that's really nice and dark. I'm going to add just a little bit of texture to her hair on the black side with a very dark charcoal gray. Not too much. We're trying to keep it kind of at a minimum. Add some shading on her face where her hair would be overlapping her face a little bit, and just a little bit more for her little smile lines that are on the side of her face. Like I said before, I think they did an absolutely beautiful job of keeping her looking human in this movie. I think the makeup artistry was just gorgeous. I'm going to finish this set, these three, with some matte gel top coat. And then on the thumb and pinky, we're going to be doing an ombre of black to gray to milky white. So I'm going to apply those three colors, and then I'm going to be blending them with a makeup brush or a makeup sponge and did 3 coats. And then after that third coat, then you're going to do 1 to 2 coats of a black speckle gel polish, which is Madame Glam's Dalmatian, and then another layer of that matte gel top coat over the entire nail. And now on the thumb, I'm going to be writing Cruella. And I did this with red paint, and as you can see at this particular stage, it doesn't seem that visible as far as what it says, just because there's so much happening in the background. But after the final details, it will all seem to come into place. And I'm not using gel paint or gel polish for writing the name Cruella, for signing her name across the nail. I used acrylic paint. I think it's a little easier to work with, and for this particular part of the design, I wanted the lettering to look like the lettering does look from the movie, and just to get that kind of crispness that I was wanting, I just used the acrylic paint instead. And then after I have that first word written across there, I'm going to take some black gel polish, and I'm going to be adding an outline with black to half of each letter. So do just like the left side or the right side of the letter, or the top or the bottom. Just do a part of each letter. So kind of imagine a circle, and then add a line around half the circle, and then every place where that angle is hit on your lettering is where you're going to do your shadow on it. And then on the opposite side, you're going to be doing your little highlights for your letters. So just do a little white skinny line on each side, and that gives the letters sort of a floaty bubble effect, and it'll make them stand out and make them so much more visible. And then after that's done, I'm going to be applying some glossy gel top coat just over the word Cruella, leaving that background matte. I absolutely love kind of that matte Dalmatian look. I think it looks beautiful. Those particular nails with that gradient in the background, I absolutely love. And here is the whole set. I am so excited about this one, you guys. I am so proud of myself. Painting people used to always be something that was super nerve-wracking for me, and something that just kind of, I never was really confident with it. And more I've been forcing myself to do it. And I'm so proud of this set. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. I can't wait to see this movie. I am super excited, a Cruella fan for sure. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.